Good morning. Actually, the morning is when I'm filming this video, but you'll get this in the afternoon when I get home to upload it to YouTube. So essentially, this last week has been kind of stressful for me at the house here because of the sewer situation, because of all the steel. But I wanted to send this video now because yesterday was a really good day here. We got two major things accomplished, and I want to share those with you. So I switched from Kent Metal Fab to Cave Creek Welding because they actually had a better time frame to get me the beams and get me the connections and get me what we need to do. So essentially, I don't want you to look at the plans, but essentially there are 17 columns, 17 steel columns, 5x5 tube steel columns that go up from the slab and that hold steel beams in place. Now what we're doing here is we are basically, if you look at a steel column, okay, you got a steel column and then you got a plate and then you have to put anchors in the concrete. Well, we're doing one thing smarter in that we're getting the plate with the anchors. So what we're doing here is we're cutting out a little 7" by 7" under the concrete so it's flush to the concrete. And then we've ordered the plate with the anchors, and then we drill down in epoxy so that we have a steel plate, and we're gonna have 17 of these things around. And what I'm doing is Michael is doing the framing, and I have my guys doing the block and helping out Michael, because to bring the entire framing crew here right now is actually counterproductive because there's a lot of glass and there's a lot of steel. So we're kind of waiting on steel, we're waiting on columns to do the work. So Michael is going through and framing himself without having a huge crew here. I've got 2 or 3 guys helping him with the job site. So once we get see what he's doing, he's chipping out here. So we're gonna have a 7" by 7" platform here. Then we're gonna drill down 10 inches with the anchors and set that metal plate. Then the columns go on top of that, and then we weld to that. So that's in the wall. Okay, so that's that. Michael is here doing the framing here. I've got Israel over there doing the brown block because we ordered these trusses for the garage and the guest bedroom. Those have been ordered. And hey, Michael, do you know when the trusses are coming? You're on video, by the way. Say hi.
Hello.
When's the trusses coming for the garage?
They're waiting for me to confirm, which I'm going to do right now, that the dimensions are perfect, and then we can set them into production.
So probably within a week we'll get trusses for this area here because these have no iron, right?
Scott said no. Yeah, Scott said that they're about a week backlog right now.
Okay, so in 1 week we'll get trusses for the garage here because those have no actual iron. All the iron is out here and out in this area here. So Israel is doing 17 of the plates around here. Then we'll drill down the epoxy. We'll set the things. The iron has been ordered. We're probably going to start getting columns here within a couple days and set all the columns. So there's 17 columns, 5" by 5" tube columns everywhere in the house. Okay, the other stressful thing for me was the sewer. So way back a couple months ago, I'd sent you a video that says, hey, we put water in the sewer and we found it down the way. Well, it was a false reading. It wasn't the case. So right here, we have electrical, phone and cable, okay? Your water lines is come through here, and it's gonna stub up there, and it will go into this corner here. The gas line that will run the propane line comes down here, and because of the angle, we're gonna dig out later with the propane line. We'll feed it through this hole, and then we'll manually feed it through this hole to go into the house. So water, electrical, phone, cable, gas, and right here is the sewer line. So the sewer line comes up the driveway here, and what we had thought was there's a 4" pipe up here which we thought was a sewer line. Michael a couple months ago said he put water in there. The plumber went down there, saw water coming through. But in reality, we put water here the other day because right here we got the water coming up, electrical, phone cable. There's a pedestals going over there. So you see there's a 4" line right here. We thought that was a sewer. We injected water into it, but it came up on the 4" line there, didn't go in the sewer. So you see there's 2.5" lines there. Okay, there's your water line. What?
This one's the one connected to the bottom part down there. It's going to do is plug up. The water's coming up this way. This one, the water keeps going all the way down there. It's coming out over there.
So it's good.
So we need to switch it to this
Okay.
one on this side.
Okay, so these 2 lines, these 1.5 lines are the actual sewer line. This 4-inch line is not the sewer line. So we're putting water in here and making sure the water comes out down there. So if you walk down the driveway here with me, Gecko Excavation, actually, what they did was yesterday, they were looking for this, what's called a gate valve, because all we saw down here was a 4-inch pipe sticking up out of the ground. We didn't see any of those 1.5 lines down here. So they took their tractor here yesterday, and Michael sends them an email saying, we have found the sewer. And I'm like, yes. So I ran over here, and they dug in this specific area right by the open trench sign there. They dug the area, and they found the gate valve. Now, what a gate valve is you got 2.5-inch lines coming down from here. One of them is an extra one. One of them is the sewer. So one of them is just extra. So see the water that's coming out of there right there? That's from their hose. They just ran the hose into there, okay? And that then connects, you can't see because it's filled up with water, but there's a line that goes in here, and there's a red check valve. Now, we're gonna replace that check valve because, or I'm sorry, gate valve, because it's been over 20 years. This was actually, this water meter box was actually here. It was actually a foot below ground, which nobody ever knew it was here. It wasn't on any plan. We found it. So this has a valve that we had to open up in order for this water to go in the sewer. Now, if you look down here in the sewer, it's not your normal sewer. There's a gate valve there too. So what we're gonna have to do is, we know that line goes from there to here. We just saw that water coming out. But now what I told him to do is I said, inject water into there and then go down 2,000 feet down the hill and see if you can find water. I told him, I said, go buy food coloring, go buy some sort of coloring that you can add to the water, because I want to make sure with 100% certainty that that sewer line that's there connects to down there. So I said, figure out some way to get some red dye or something and inject it in the water. So last 3 days, I've been stressing, haven't got much sleep because I'm freaking out about this sewer. But if you look right here, see these 2 4-inch lines right here? That 4-inch line goes up to there. We have no idea what it's for. It's extra. This 4-inch line here goes to your neighbor, and we have no idea what it's for. And so these 2 4-inch lines go from here to the street. We've got to tie this in. Electrical here gets tied in with this transformer here. There's a stub here that's for the gas that we can't use because the whole thing with Southwest Gas, and then painting this line yellow. So everything here is going very good. I'll confirm later, maybe tomorrow, that they've opened this line up here, and then they've indeed confirmed that, I mean, the line actually goes right here into the ground, underneath the pavement in that direction. I want to make sure 100% that before you guys move in, that we're 100% confident that the sewer line is indeed connected to the sewer, and that everything is not backed up per se. So that's the report there. Hope you like it, but we had really good news yesterday. I was really excited yesterday.